Now we're going to attempt to show you the oiling system. You can see on the 2011s and up, they have a sensor that goes right next to the oil dipstick tube. You're going to need to pull that. The 2008 to 2010 models do not have this, so you will not be needing to pull that. But you still do need to pull your oil dipstick tube with the two bolts holding it in, as well as that little bracket there. So you pull that. Okay, so we've gotten the dipstick pulled. We've pulled this plug. This is one thing you will have to pull. It's right on the front side of the motor. It's a 1/4 inch Allen wrench that you use to pull it. And this is what's going to be feeding the oil to your turbo. So it's really important that you get this set up correctly. So if you want to come around here, Jake, and show them where we pulled the plug and replaced it with our 90-degree barb to feed the turbo, the oil. You're going to have to pull that and replace it with the dipstick tube out. This will hit the dipstick tube if you try installing it while the dipstick tube is still in.
The barb is right here. It's dark in here. Camera's having a little bit of trouble focusing, but you can kind of see it right there.
And now, so we're going to install the dipstick tube again. You need to make sure you pull this O-ring. If you don't pull this O-ring and put it onto the dipstick that we supply you with, it's gonna leak oil all over. So pull that O-ring off, put it onto the tube that we supply you, and then that is ready to install back into the motor.
So you can see where that barb is installed back in there, and you can see how the dipstick spout just sticks out right there.
So when reinstalling your dipstick tube, it gets kind of tricky to try and get the bolt and the bracket back down there to hold it. If you have a magnet tool just like this, it makes it 10 times easier to reinstall this. You just put it on down there like so, and you can actually get the screw started with the magnet tool by just spinning it.
Now make sure you install the little fitting before you install the dipstick tube, because when you're twisting that around to tighten it, it will hit the dipstick tube if it's installed first.
You use the 1/2 inch line to go from the bottom of the turbo all the way around the front of the motor to the dipstick tube, and then you use the 1/4 inch line that goes from that bar we supplied that you put into the front of the motor to come to the top of the turbo that feeds the turbo the oil. And that's for the oil. That's it for the oil system.